a video background or a photo background.
Okay. This is your first class coming back from Easter, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. Okay, good. I mean, how's your Easter? And of course, if you got stuck at home with this situation, there you go. You never thought you would end up in this scenario, right? Right.
That's right.
Okay. So, have you done any work with After Effects or? For me, I was working with 3D stuff constantly. I haven't touched After Effects at all, so I need to get back into the project. I will. So when we left last time, where okay. By the way, the number one priority is to fill your logbooks. It's very important. Jose was checking.
To be honest, I don't think I did that since week 2.
Yeah. So if you go back, I'm going to extend the logbook on the canvas to more logbooks, and we need to add those logbooks and try to fill those details. If you can, please, it's very important. Okay. And does everybody have software?
The software.
Yes.
After
Yep.
Effects.
After Effects? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is everybody finalized the idea what they are doing? I think I've seen it when I see you guys last time. I saw some of you have the ideas finalized. Where's Rohan? He's not here.
He said his thing had to update, so he'll be back in a bit.
Okay, cool. That's my phone.
So just for me, it's the first time. So I do that kind of classes on Zoom. So how does it work? When you ask a question, everybody answers after the other, or how does it work?
I don't know. I actually there was another system before that. We tried it with Adobe Connect or something, and there was an I think there's a raise your hand and stuff. This is new to us as well. I mean, we were playing around with the last couple of weeks, and then there are functions like you can actually share it. I can share my computer. Like let me share my computer. So basically, if I share my computer here, sorry, can I share my computer? Okay. So, oh no, this is the whiteboard. So how can I share my computer? Hello. Thank you. So. Hello.
Wait, what apps do we need? I forgot.
We primarily need like Photoshop or Illustrator and After Effects for the time being. And maybe some Adobe Animate as well. So we remember we were messing around with Adobe Animate as well. I am trying to share my computer screen.
So that's what you're doing. We see your screen.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see? Oh, sorry. You cannot minimize. Okay. So you see my screen. I'm opening After Effects, right? You see that?
No.
Not anymore.
Okay. Oh, not anymore. Okay.
I saw like a scribble before. Nothing else.
Okay. Right. There you go. Share my screen. Now you can see me, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
So I can share my screen. There are features like, for example, you can chat, you can see, you can hear me talking, and also you can chat. I'm not sure if you want to ask a question. There's sort of a raise hand option, but I will find out because I'm new to Zoom as well, and
HQ raise hand.
also I think you can share your screen. I think, I'm not sure. Let's try that. So I can share my screen, so I can show you my computer, which is good.
Yeah, it says share screen.
Okay, let's do that for a second. Let me stop sharing, and also I can. Oh, I like your background, which is good. And also I'm recording the session, so I'm recording. Currently I'm recording my session, so then I will upload that later on. So who's sharing this?
I'm sharing.
Oh, that you
Constant.
were sharing. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So how do I come back now? Oh, yeah.
Please stop sharing.
Got it.
And,
Yeah.
okay, so everybody can share, and which is great. And if I have a problem, I can look into it. And also, you can send emails. You can send a file.
Hello, I'm under the water. Do you know that vine? Sorry.
Yeah, I can share some files as well, which is good.
Guys, how do you change your screen? Your background.
Is that your first question?
Yeah, good question.
Good question. Very important.
Go to video options.
Video options.
Video settings, yeah. Then you
Where's
got
that? Where do I find that?
it's in the bottom bar, I think.
Bottom bar on the left.
Yes, there's an arrow.
There's two of me.
Video settings.
No, I can't see it. I only got
No, there's
reaction.
just one of you,
record.
not two.
You
No,
go
on
on
that-
There's
Two of
the-
you.
What
Yeah.
does
there's
the
a there's a
What?
emoji on Iago. There's a move vid.
And why don't you share your screen?
Which was the real Mo?
I don't know. I think it's because I have two tabs on.
Yeah, probably.
What is wrong?
Where's...
You have a twin, Mo. You have a twin.
I have an imposter. Aha.
So, Rowan, are you there?
I'm still here, Constance. I'm just trying to... I'm going to have to switch over and use my other phone, and then you guys can see me in a minute. Hold on. Give me a minute.
No, but you should.
In the project, just give me a second. Let me try and look into my files. Right. Okay, there you go. Smart files. So let me bit of a recap. So remember, I talked about rigging in character, rigging in After Effects, and actually I didn't show you because there was too much at that time. And then we did some animation with Adobe Animate, and we did some animation with puppet twin thing with After Effects. Creating characters. So you create we create graphics in After Effects, and also we create graphics in Illustrator, and we brought that into After Effects to animate. Right.
Janica,
Yeah.
question. So just before you start, would you mind telling us a bit more about what we're going to do this term?
Okay.
How
I would like to know as well.
yeah, how the courses,
Okay.
lessons are going to be organized. And
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll continue our project to this term. and this is the second term. And what we're gonna do is we actually in the first term we were generating ideas. We were looking some options how we can do the explainer video, and we talked about we're going to be adding the audio to explain certain things, and we haven't recorded the audio yet. The script need to be right. You need to write the script for the audio. Before you write the script, you need to have that overall plan, overall structure, overall storyboard, right? So we have the storyboards, and then some of you guys went and start creating the graphics for the animation. Is that right? Right?
Yeah.
And then so you have a plan. You should have a plan now. You should have a plan of how long. Let's say 1 minute. Let's stick it to 1 minute. 1 minute it's understandably enough to have an animation. Otherwise, it's going to be long and too much work. And then you're going to be starting do the animation, and then you're going to be adding the audio, and that's the whole idea of the process. But this term, what we're going to do is we're going to go individually, help you to animate. Okay, so I will help you to animate individual projects. So this kind of like very individual terms of working on this term, because the first term was general idea. We did a lot of After Effects lessons to understand interface, etc., etc. And remember that trim path animation, stroke animation. There are so many other animation techniques we did with After Effects. And also I gave you certain characters. One day I came up and said, okay guys, let's create this character, and let's recreate this character and then you guys went and create the graphics in After Effects, and then start animating with keyframes, right? So my question is, are you comfortable, and do you understand the process how to animate in After Effects, the keyframes? Everybody?
Are we allowed to use animate?
You can.
Because I find that easier instead of
Exactly.
After
I mean,
Effects.
yeah. Look. I mean, you probably remember. I will show you. I need to get back into my things. If your animation is fluid, if you want to make it smoother, you remember I showed you a video of a cotton bud animation. There was
you did.
Yeah, there was a wave coming from left to right, and then it just starts smoothing in, and it's kind of like, if you want to do frame by frame, if you want to do like a very fluid animation, so you can use Adobe Animate. And we did some exercise with Adobe Animate, right, last time? Yeah. And you can combine, so you can do the animation, initial animation in Adobe Animate. You can bring that into After Effects and finalize it as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can combine. You can combine. Or if you don't want to use Adobe Animate, you can just leave it and just focus on Adobe After Effects and do the animation in there. That's you can do, right?
That's typically a question something I don't really understand. How do you switch from one to the other? You just save it as something and then you open it on the other software?
Yeah. So basically, your initial program is After Effects. You're going to be completing the project with After Effects. That's your main program, right? That's your main program. So you do your storyboards in Illustrator, right? So you do your storyboards in Illustrator, and then you import the storyboards into After Effects, and you can do preliminary animation. If you want something fluid, or if you want something, some sort of organic animation look, so you import your storyboard into Adobe Animate and do your animation there and import back into After Effects.
But can you import just a little part of it and then?
Yeah. So basically, when you finish your animation in Adobe Animate, you export as a movie.
Export as a movie.
Yeah. SWF movie. It's called SWF is for the Adobe Animate function file extension. So you export as a movie, and then you bring back into After Effects, and then you can actually incorporate that Adobe animation inside After Effects. We will go through that process. Go through that process. Not a problem. Right. What shall we do today?
So
shall we sort of recap what we did so far, and maybe if you want to, okay, let's what do you want to do? You wanna show me, if you can open up your folders, and don't forget your logbooks. People who came late, I just mentioned them. We have to fill the logbooks. Okay, it's a compulsory. Okay, Rohan. Bye. Rohan was in the waiting room. Didn't I?
so what do you want us to do? Sorry.
Okay, do the logbooks when you're on time.
Okay.
Okay, and not now. So what if you can show me where are you, where were you, or if you can show me your project status, where if you have anything you need to ask me, you can ask me now, and then let's have a look what you have done so far. If you have any questions, we can discuss. This is good. So let's start with Constant. Constant, do you wanna talk about what you have done so far, and if you wanna share your screen and share the screen for me?
Okay, I'm not ready to share the screen because I have to open up the files. But basically, I worked on Illustrator, and so I did a storyboard. I've got quite a few images now. And the first one, I've already animated it on After Effects. It's okay, the result is okay, but I have a few technical issues regarding time. I mean, how do you say? It's a bit too slow.
Okay.
And so I have to change a few
There's so many
things.
computers.
Not toilet rolls, please.
That's why I just sent you a message. Nice toilet roll.
Yeah, okay, I'm listening.
So basically, that's what I've done. If I need a few minutes to open my file.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay, I'll come back to you a bit later.
Okay.
Titi, where are you now?
I'm just kind of organizing my stuff so I can show.
Okay.
It'll just take a moment, yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
How long has the animation has to last?
In the initial brief, I mentioned it was like I gave a time limit of 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, if you can do more, but the thing is the more time, more work. So stick it to 1 minute.
Okay.
And so tell me about your project, because I was you missed a few weeks before we went to lockdown. So what were your project, Sarah?
Oh, me? I went to the classes.
You came to my classes.
Yes, but I didn't.
I cannot remember you.
I didn't have the the storyboard, so I'm working on it. Well, I explained to you was like I want to do like a typography animation and some images. So combine these two, and to do like spaces of the health. I don't remember what's the name of each phase.
Health?
Well, the well-being.
The well-being, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, the well-being.
Like this. Yeah.
Okay, so remember this well-being topic. Yes, of course. Now we are getting into it slowly. Yeah, getting into the project. All right. So
I have a question.
yeah.
What work do you want us to show you right now?
So basically, when you're submitting, you need to. There are certain things I would expect from you.
Yeah.
When you're submitting your final project, you need to show me your sketches and initial sketches for your character design, and then research material. Maybe you can actually write down where you get the idea, how you generate the idea, etc., etc. And also the storyboard is very important. And all the animation files, all the After Effects files, and plus final movie file, which I'll show you export. Maybe I have shown you exporting how to export After Effects with Adobe Animate. And yeah, so those are the files I need it from you. Yeah. So where were you? I mean, you showed me some really nice illustrations, so sort of faces of illustrations when we last time. Yeah.
Yeah, I still got those.
Okay.
I
So
haven't worked on it that much.
You haven't worked on it. So can you?
Yeah, but I can work
tell
on
me
it.
a little bit more about your how the animation is going to lay out?
Yeah, with just what I've drawn, I'm just going to go with that storyboard as it is, figure out a story from there, which I was going to ask you, how would you want me to go about with it?
I mean, you need to, so tell me your idea. I can actually direct you. Tell me idea first.
Let me just bring my work and then.
Yeah. Show me.
Because I haven't brought that out in a while.
Yeah. Okay, guys, get your files on your computer and organize, and then you need to show me, share your screen and show me. Is that your son? Is that your son?
It's my daughter.
It's your daughter. I'm sorry.
Danica.
Sorry.
Should have got Specsavers.
Yeah, I ordered some. How old is your daughter?
She's 4.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Good. Right. So, Paolo, so what's happening? Tell me. What's your idea?
Well, I was talking about the present since I last talked to you, but it's been a while since I touched the project, so I'm a bit behind on it. I've come up with a few ideas for the video, but I'm still struggling how to do the proper animation. I don't know how to picture it first. So I'm trying.
Did you put storyboard like a sort of a sketches?
Yes, I did a rough one, but I'm finding some difficulties finding it. I don't know which sketchbook I use.
Okay. Don't worry. Take your time, no rush. Very nice. We started.
Oh, where is it?
Your name is Galaxy Tab A. Who? Galaxy Tab A.
That's Maria.
Maria, Galaxy Tab A. How are you, Galaxy Tab A?
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
Maria, I know your name is Maria, but when I saw Galaxy Tab A, are you looking at
that's my nickname.
It's your nickname. Okay. Samsung Galaxy Tab A.
It's from another galaxy.
Galaxy, another galaxy, exactly. So Maria, how is your project coming?
Basically, unfortunately, I can't share because my meeting is on a tablet and my computer is separate. But before holiday, I sent you my my characters.
Yeah. I've seen it. I didn't do anything. I received all your emails. I received all your emails, as I
that's
mentioned.
shame.
I didn't do anything. I was purely focused on my other stuff, and yeah. Yes.
Yeah, basically I've got idea, I've got a text. I separate the files because my character, they're both. I mean, one of those is the woman with normal clothes, and other one is with a karate gi. So they must be two separate characters. I did it two separate file because it was just one before.
Yeah.
And basically, I didn't too much. I mean, during the holiday, I didn't do almost anything.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and that's it. I must start to animate.
But do you have Adobe After Effects, Photoshop, Illustrator, the whole?
Yes. Yeah. I've got them.
That's good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Perfect. So Rohan, what's happening?
No, I haven't actually managed to do anything yet. So it's just the idea, as I said to you, what I'm working on is the same. So I haven't really touched on anything else. So yeah.
Wow, I like your studio.
Yeah.
Proper studio.
Proper studio. Computers. Amazing.
All right. Oh yeah, I'm on there.
Yeah. So you have a camera, external camera.
I use my phone, but then obviously,
okay.
Obviously, I want to see everything on the Mac. I thought we were going to be working on something today, so that's why I thought I had the Mac free.
I'm just hoping my stuff updates before we start.
That's quite the setup, Rowan. That's quite the setup.
Seda küttel siia joonistama või? Emme juurde joonistama.
Cool. Right. So, what's your project, Rohan? What were you doing?
Yeah, my one's going to be, as I said, about mental health. So it's dealing with how art can actually alleviate the stress of mental health. So I've gone into it much more because I think what it is, Batua and I are working on like
the same topic
sort of thing. But what I'm going to do, you stick with the schizophrenia one, and I'm switching over to something a little bit more, a little bit different. It's gonna
right.
So they focus on your one, and then I'm going to continue doing with mine, because my one's going to be more about the way in which calligraphy with Japanese calligraphy, how it is used to go into more of a meditative state to alleviate stress and calm and bring about mental peace. So that's why you can stick with schizophrenia. I'm not going to do that.
I've kind of sketched out the stuff as well now.
Yeah. So Janica, that's where it is. That's the direction that it's going in now. So it's still mental health, mental well-being, but the way in which art therapy, which is Japanese calligraphy, which is a form of art therapy, once you go into a Zen meditative state, it then brings about, alleviates the stress and brings back calmness and mental health and well-being. That's the direction. Just to summarize, so you've got an idea, but that's where I'm going. So I've made a bit of a change, because there's no point in me and Batua conflicting on the same sort of thing. I'm going to do something different.
Because I feel like it might end up being similar then.
Exactly, and there's no point in it being like that.
Yeah.
Did you do any sketches, any storyboard, any frame yet?
I haven't done it.
I think
I've got my research. I've got my stuff, but I haven't done.
Get those done as a next step, and then we will go into a lot of character design. Yeah. And then start animating it. So who's Mo?
Which one?
Mo. Two of them. Mo 1, Mo 2.
More,
More vid.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. But you don't
Hello.
have a camera. Ah.
Hello.
Yay.
I'm here.
Oh, cool.
Hello. Can you see me? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
We can see.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see you as well.
Okay.
Can you see me? Oh, there. I'm on a iPad, so it just like it keeps cutting out every time I tab out. Can you see the screen that I'm sharing?
Yeah.
So I don't have a plan on what to do yet, but I've just been messing around on character rigging, smoothing out the animation. Right now, it's just really choppy.
Wait, can I ask you to do my one then?
Right now, it's just really choppy. I can't do much to it other than just like trying to fix that up. But I'm trying to focus on like depression, like the awareness and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you know, it's like, but right now I've just nearly finished.
How did you? Is there any third party rigging involved?
I use Unreal Engine.
Okay.
So when I was at home, I use Unreal Engine 4. So with Engine 4, I just screenshot each what do you call them, mannequin?
Yeah.
So I just screenshot a mannequin and then I just paste that onto After Effects and just work around it.
Oh, I see. Okay. So these are not puppet pinned. These are not animated with keyframes, right?
No. Yeah, this is just frame by frame by frame by frame.
Okay.
How long did that take you?
How many frames do you have?
I just want to know how long that took you.
Not 16.
So just to understand well, so you did an illustration.
28 frames.
Wow.
28 frames.
Wow.
Just to,
well,
can I ask a question? I just want to make sure I understand well. So you made 28 separate illustrations, and then
no. I made one illustration.
Yeah.
And I just since all the area is separated, I just moved them bits by bit.
Okay.
So I made the legs separately, and I made the torso separately. I made the head separately. So and I just put that into one frame, and then.
But you did in illustration every separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I moved the Illustrator. Yeah.
Okay.
No, Illustrator. I moved it in After Effects.
Okay. That's.
Okay, good. So
I still don't know where it's gonna go. So.
That's good. So Corey, where are you?
Hi. Good morning.
Hi.
Cool. Let me share my screen.
Let's go, Corey. Let's go.
How do I do this? Okay, I need to go into my preferences. 1 second, guys. Yeah, that should do it. I need to quit, and then it'll allow me to come back.
Yeah,
okay, 1 second.
Bye.
See ya.
Okay. Let's jump into slowly. Let's talk about much more animation, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and then we'll talk about this.
Janica.
Yeah.
Just to say, I'm ready to share.
Cool.
Afterwards.
Right. Okay. Let me come out. 1 second.
Corey's back. No, isn't? Oh no, that's you.
Stop sharing. All right. Okay. Do you want to share your screen, Constant?
Yeah. Just hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Oh, just hold on.
Wait, just to make things clear, I can use Animate instead of After Effects, right?
You can.
All right.
It's up to you. I mean, this course was primarily built around After Effects. That's why. But
yeah,
I was, I mean,
oh my God,
there's a flexibility of using it. But the thing is, when you are composing the final video, you have to use After Effects.
Yeah. Because what if I send it from
the feature is in After Effects.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
It only has to be an After Effects file, right?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, I mean, okay.
Yeah, it's easier to export MOVs and stuff, and you know, it's manageable software.
So does it have to be an After Effects file, or does
Oh,
it have to be in a movie file or an MP4 file?
You After Effects is the raw file, so you can MP4, MOV, anything.
Okay, so
Final cut.
Janica, Corey just messaged asking if you could accept his invite.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Where are we? How can we do this? Constant, can you stop sharing for a second? Let me come out from here and then right, there you go. Now you can share now. Okay, good.
So I share again.
Yeah, share again.
Okay. So this slide is just to show you. So my subject, it's 10 ways arts pump you up. And so I've got 10 points. You know, how art improves your creativity skills or gives you joy or whatever, you know, confidence and so on and so forth. So if I'm going to go to Illustrator now, do you see the screen or not?
I can see your screen, yeah. Everybody can see.
Okay, so these are some of the images I've created. Hold
on, we don't have, we only see your PowerPoint presentation now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So how do I switch to the other? Just hold on.
Yeah.
Go to share screen again, then it's gonna show the tabs.
So just hold on.
You can actually share your desktop, and then you can actually okay, you can minimize that, yeah.
So just hold on. Let's do it again. So here I am. Do you see it?
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
the detail.
I know.
So
maybe I
La La Land.
Yeah, there's La La Land. So basically the first 3 images, it's not in the right order. I'll see how it's going to get organized. But so I did a few images. Some are still, this one, for instance, or this one I haven't done yet. It's just some scans I've put there, and then I have to create the images. So now so the first image here, I've animated it on After Effects. So now I have to show you. I don't really know how to switch. I'll do it. I'll just hold on.
I have a question. I was raising my hand because I have a question.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, did you draw it all on paper and then scan it to Illustrator, or did you just make your own Illustrator?
Most of them I did draw them on paper, scan them, and then I
did the illustration of it.
Yeah, or even
all right.
Some I did image trace, but it doesn't work very well to image trace. So then I just drew them on Illustrator, you know, with the pen.
All right. Thank you.
So basically, so it's not very good. My After Effects is not. It's a bit slow, but here it goes.
Okay, no problem.
Is it working? No.
You've not played it.
How do you just hold on?
There was a preview button on your right hand side. There was a
on my right.
Right.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here is it? Oh
yeah, it's working.
Oh. Nice.
It's a bit slow here, but it's coming. And that's it.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Oh my God, wow.
Nice, Constance. Well done.
Yeah.
I love it.
Good.
That is
good.
Good
Job.
Very good.
Well, it's not perfect, but
yeah, there are some certain things you can improve. Certain you know, the way where the shadow comes in. So you can actually it was like very sudden shadow. So you can actually is make it much more natural by fading in the shadow, like changing the alpha value, and we can rearrange the certain elements coming into the scene. I quite like the way the lines drawn. It's like a stroke effect, I presume you used.
Yeah, well, that's the idea you gave me last time. So
perfect, well done. And yeah, it's very good, excellent.
Well, thank you. So then I'm going to animate all the others, but separately, and then
can you please show me your storyboards again, please?
On Illustrator, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, just hold on. Yeah.
All right, now, all right, let me go to the second scene with the La La Land scene, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain to me the narrative behind, the story behind why would you have La La Land? What is the reason?
Why? I would, for me, art brings you joy.
Okay.
So it would be that. I don't really know how I'm going to animate it yet.
That is my next question. Okay.
So because I have to do it differently if I do the same kind of animations for each board, it's going to be a bit boring.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, there's quite a few characters, so I'm not going to animate them.
So I would suggest, like, sir, there are certain things you have a walk cycle on the frame 10. Can you see there are people walking?
Oh yeah, that's not me. That's something I took on the internet.
Okay.
But I find the image interesting.
And joy. So what is number 3? Number 3 may.
It's art makes you grow. You know, I don't remember exactly just the phrase, but it makes you grow. It makes you understand the world better.
Like, let's talk about that, how we can animate this, how can make it to life. Like number 2, the scene number 2 with the La La Land. I think if you bring that into Adobe Animate. Adobe Animate is the ideal software to
what
animate.
about the blinking? Why not get the city lights blinking? A few lights going on and off.
Oh,
I don't know if that would be a lot.
City lights.
It was just like, instead of moving their feet, having to create like the other feet going up and down, you could just have like the city lights blinking.
Maybe, yes. I mean, it would be nice if you can have like sort of a just the moving legs and stuff, and we can actually, I will help you to animate that couple dancing on Adobe Animate. If you can email me that.
Okay.
If you can email me the whole file, then I will have a look, and I will show you next time how to do that frame by frame animation in Adobe Animate, and then I will bring that into After Effects. I mean, I will show you the link between After Effects and Adobe Animate next week. Perfect. So perfect. That's good. So there are sort of a lot of dance movement, character movements, and
But I want to bring a general feeling of joy. So that's what there's a lot of color and and movement, because you know, to have to show how art is good for everybody, basically.
So is your script in place, or you're still working on the audio side of it?
Oh, I just have my 10 bullet points. It's not written. It's not really a script. I didn't really work on it. So.
Okay, cool. Let's all right, that's good. So we'll focus on this, how to animate that fun. That's really good.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Right, so let me share my screen. Let's get into this stuff slowly. And you probably seen me doing this last time, sort of a walk cycle. This is animating paths. there is no character animation. Sorry, 1 second. This is all keyframes. So and you remember this parenting thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Parenting and animation. You understand that concept, right? Parenting.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so this demonstrates me. I was messing around with the texture. So adding texture inside After Effects rather than using Photoshop or Illustrator. So this
the texture pack is built in the app in After Effects.
Yes.
Or did you bring it from?
No, it's let me show you something. It's here, so it's kind of like another effect.
Like as in, do you know where the darker points are on the image?
Yeah, I show you.
Yeah, like the pixelated texture.
Is it a pre-pack or is it a downloaded?
No, these are effects. So I got glow. See, I got level.
Okay.
I got glow. I got flash blur. I got scatter, turbulent, displacement.
No, so that's all in the app itself, or do we have to purchase that?
No. It's there.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah, nothing. I didn't purchase anything. It just all in there.
All right.
So I was like experimenting under effects. I got all that. I was experimenting that. So we'll go through that. How we can do this stuff. Trying to get into where we left. You remember this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Everybody did this, like creating that, and then we did the animation of the arms and stuff. So this is to do with the plugin. That plugin by didn't work for this, but it worked for this arm. See that? So if this is a walk cycle and animating with the plugin, the movements of the hand is really easy, but understanding plugin is slightly technical. So that's why I didn't went through that. But we will have time. Then we will go through with this stuff as well. So let's see. All right. So this is me animating this one. So there's no Adobe Animate file. This is purely After Effects. And these all graphics were created inside After Effects. There's no Illustrator file involved here, right? So I got everything named out. Actually, let me, if you press U 2 times, it will show you the keyframes, or L, no, U. Yeah.
Janica. Janica.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, you just made me remember a question that I wanted to ask, which I completely forgot. You remember we can design our characters inside of Illustrator and then import them into After Effects.
Yeah.
Now the only thing is, can we do that the opposite, going back? If we design our characters inside of After Effects, can we export that? Because I can see that you got them on layers. Can you export that back into Illustrator or not?
No.
No.
No, because
so just if you wanted to use a character maybe for something else at a later date.
Actually, I even though I said no, I never never tried it, but I don't think, no, there is no option. So basically you want to retain the layers when you import the After Effects file in Illustrator. Is that right? You want to return, you want to preserve those layers, right?
Well, that's what I mean, and then be able to use that.
There is no way. There is no way. Let's say, okay, let's do that. Let's say let me.
Because what I'm saying is, after we've done our project in After Effects, then basically, if I wanted to do another project on something else and maybe change the character, but I want to work at this time, what I've done in Effects, you can't send me Illustrator.
No, because Illustrator is vector. You know that, right? Illustrator consists of lines. Okay, so I'll show you quickly. Illustrate you. Print A3 landscape. You can see my computer. Everybody can see it, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, let me. Let me open this one because I was doing. You remember this exercise, right? In typography lesson. So let's say this copy. So this is all vector. Second. So print A3 landscape, paste. So this is the vector. So this is image trace. You remember that image trace option in Illustrator. Yeah.
You're still on After Effects.
Yeah.
You're still on After Effects on our screen.
Yeah. So let's say.
What? It feels like you're talking about Illustrator, but you're only showing us After Effects right now.
Sorry. Yeah, yeah. You know this. I forgot to. Okay, stop sharing. Actually, sorry, because I got to share. Okay, this one. Sorry. There you go. Right. You remember this exercise we did?
Yeah. Okay. That sounds, looks familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was messing around with two animals now, like yesterday. Anyway, so this is image trace for my image downloaded, and I image traced it, and these are vector lines. I just created a box in a different layer, and then I create some stuff. Okay, so this graphics. So I got 3 layers, right? I got 3 layers. I'm gonna save this into
PDF.
No, Illustrator, no PDF. Illustrator. Let me show to desktop. Export to AF. Export to AF. To AF. Right. Okay. Whatever. AF. And then I'm gonna go back and share my screen. Share screen. New share. Okay. New share. Oh, there he goes. I'm learning. New share. Cool. Right. So you can see my After Effects now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right. So I'm going to import my file new. Desktop, and there's my. Yeah. So remember this option. Composition, retain layer size, and then create a composition. And you remember that. And then when you double click it, it's there, but you cannot see because my background is black. And I'm going to change my background to white, and then I have this, right? Now, these are still vector layers, but I cannot select this. That's because I need to go into show layer control. Then I have the controls.
What do you do? Sorry, can you show me again?
Okay, so if you go to view, show layer controls, and you're gonna put the handles around the object.
Oh, okay.
Because when I was bringing my layers from After Illustrator, I couldn't select because now when you have layer controls, you can actually easily select. Right.
And you just did this the normal way where you imported it from Illustrator?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Right. So now I can do my normal, let's say I'm going to do the animation.
Is our attendance recorded?
Yeah.
How is that done?
I have to do it manually.
You can do it individually. I had the option when I logged in on Zoom.
Really? Where?
Individually?
Yeah.
Wow.
Then I'm late for class because I haven't done that.
I didn't do that either.
No, the way I mark my attendance is the I have a file I need to go and update it before 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh no, but sorry, I didn't get what you said. No, I thought you asked if we could record it.
Right. Look. Now this is keyframe animation, right? You see that simple keyframe, and then you can actually manipulate the sorry, there's a you can do layer. At the moment, see the whale comes, it doesn't orientate on the path. So you can actually, orientation can be done auto orient, transform, auto orient. Yeah, orient along the path. That's wrong. I like this.
He's doing backflips.
Now it's along the path. See that?
It jumps all of a sudden.
Yeah, because it jumps because there was an extra keyframe. That's why. And so if you want to continue, you can. Right. And also remember these two squares also I bought it back from Illustrator, and I can do scale, I can do all that. Path animation is not a problem, right? So I can do, I'm just trying to go to recapping things today, so bear with me a second. So like that stuff. Okay, now remember, if you want to do trim paths or anything, like remember that trim path options and stuff, you have to, there is no option. For example, let's say if you want to add a repeater or that kind of a stuff, like there is no option for that. So here, now look carefully on my layer 3. If I select my layer 3, go to layers, where is it? I wanted to copy this into transform. I forgot. Oh no. I wanted to convert this into shape layers, converting into a shape layer. Does anybody remember? Create. Okay, there you go. So these are not shapes. So these are actually Illustrator files. Okay. So if you want to create, undergo layer, create shapes from vector layer. So vector layer is vector layer is come from Illustrator. Is that right? We create those graphics in Illustrator, but we need to convert this into shapes. I'm going to click the shape here and layer 3 outline, right? So layer 3 outline is already created and the layer 3 is there. I'm going to delete that layer 3 and I'm going to create change. For example, now if you open that layer 3 and I have an option for add. So you familiar with these options? Remember we did trim paths, we did the repeater. No? Can you remember we used this?
Yeah, we use trim paths, but I'm not completely confident with it.
Could you repeat them either way?
Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? Janaka speaking. 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Can I?
Hey guys.
Call you back?
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey. Have you guys had breakfast yet?
No.
I haven't slept since yesterday.
Why not?
I was like, I'm not going to sleep anyway, so why should I sleep?
Okay. So.
Sorry, Janica, there's Ali asking if you can. I mean, there's a message on the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to accept someone into the.
Yeah.
Shall we have a break? Shall we have a break? Shall we have a break? Shall we have a break?
Good idea.
Yes, I need breakfast.
Let's have a break. Like as usual, let's go to McDonald's and get some drinks. I need to go to Preta Monja, get some coffee and some croissants. And Rohan, you go to pop down to McDonald's next door.
That's it.
Reconvene in 15 minutes.
Cafe Nero as well. Don't forget Cafe Nero.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's have a cup of tea. We'll pop back in around 15 minutes time. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
You know.
See you.
Wait, do we stay?
I'll invite you again the same way.
Oh,
kick us out. Kick us out.